Hello and welcome to your Home Depot workshop. I'm Mike.
And I'm Ron, and today we're going to walk you through everything you need to know about how to clean and maintain your floors. Here's what we'll be covering and going through today. Different cleaning methods and cleaning solutions, things you should avoid doing to your floors, and ways to remove stains and scuffs.
Now, obviously, floors take a lot of wear and tear. They deal with daily foot traffic, pets, spills, and furniture. Proper care not only keeps them looking good, but it can also extend their lifespan and can help maintain your flooring warranty.
That's right, Mike. And the great news is floor care doesn't have to be too difficult. With the right habits and products, you can keep any floor looking its best.
Always follow the product instructions, and when moving furniture to clean underneath, use a partner to move the furniture or sliders to avoid both injury and damage to your floors.
Yes, and by the end of this workshop, you'll know the best ways to clean, protect, and maintain your floors so they stay beautiful for years to come. So let's get started.
Hardwood floors are a classic look. They're durable, they can be refinished multiple times, and they give a home that warm, timeless look. And you can polish or wax them too.
Yeah, that's for sure. But this is where we really need to talk about comparisons for a minute, Mike, because vinyl and laminate are designed to mimic a hardwood, right? But they're not the same. Vinyl is synthetic and water resistant. Laminate has a wood-based core, but it can't be sanded or refinished. Hardwood, on the other hand, is the real deal. Solid wood, which means that you can sand it down, restain it, and bring it back to life decades later. Now here's the thing. Let's think about hardwood for a second. Please don't think that all hardwoods are the same. Hardwood is not a hardwood is not a hardwood. Oak versus walnut versus cherry. It's going to depend honestly on the species of the lumber that you're using. Just be aware of that as well. And we'll also talk about price and care may be slightly different based on the species of the actual hardwood that you're using.
Now, when you're talking about hardwood in general, on the flip side, there's maintenance. Hardwood needs more attention to keep it looking good, and it doesn't like moisture at all. That's why it's great for living rooms, dining rooms, and bedrooms, but not for bathrooms, laundry rooms, or any place with constant humidity.
That is for sure. So let's start with cleaning. First step, like always, remove that dust and dirt regularly. Use a microfiber dust mop or a soft bristled broom. If you prefer vacuuming, use a hardwood setting on your vacuum so that the beater bar doesn't scratch the surface. Now, some vacuums even have rubber or felt wheels, so they are best for hardwoods. Now, it's important to understand, we've said the term beater bar a few times now based on your vacuum. Just be aware that the beater bar is the rotating, spinning bar that's usually meant to kind of dig into carpet to pick up the pet hair and dust and debris out of your carpet. Not necessary for a hardwood floor, a vinyl floor, a laminate floor, any kind of hard surface floor.
Right, so it usually has the little bristles that kind of sweep through the carpet, loosen up that stuff to allow it to be pulled into the vacuum. And again, you don't want those beating on your floor if it's not carpet, because it can scratch.
And it's also the thing that's going to irritate you the most about a vacuum cleaner, because over time, especially if you got pets or you've got a bunch of teenage girls in your house with long hair, it's going to actually clog up the vacuum cleaner. You're going to have to take it off and you're going to have to cut all the hair out of it, and it can be very frustrating.
Right, and another thing, the beater bar not only will damage a floor if it's not carpet, it's completely unnecessary. The reason it exists is to loosen that stuff that's trapped in the carpet. That's not going to be an issue on hard surface floors. There's nowhere for it to be trapped. It's just sitting on the surface, so it's another important point. Now, once you've cleared the dust, it is time to damp mop, and I mean damp, not wet. Use a flat mop with a cleaner specifically designed for hardwoods. Never use steam or saturated water. That can cause the wood to swell or cup. The exception is a hardwood floor that has been stained and sealed. Those can be steam cleaned. If you're not certain about whether or not your hardwood is sealed, it's best not to take chances.
So a simple trick I like is to follow up cleaning with, say, a box fan or a dry microfiber cloth to speed up the drying process. It helps to ensure that no moisture sits on the floor long enough to cause any damage.
Right. Now, let's talk about dealing with imperfections. Scratches happen, especially in high traffic areas. For light surface scratches, use a wood tone liquid scratch concealer or a touch-up pen. Just make sure to match the floor's color as closely as you can.
And if your floors are starting to look dull, you can apply a wood floor polish to restore the shine. For even more protection, apply a wood floor wax. It acts like a conditioner and helps seal the wood.
But here's the biggest difference between hardwood and laminate. When the surface is really worn down, you can refinish hardwood. You sand it, you stain it, and you seal it again. You just can't do that with laminate or vinyl. That's why hardwood is an investment that can last generations.
That's for sure. And if you've got a deep gouge or, say, slight water damage, sometimes a full refinish is needed. But if the damage is severe, you may have to replace some planks as well.
It's a good idea. Again, we've said this on different workshops with different types of flooring. It's always a good idea to have some extra around the house, because if you buy a flooring and 6 years down the road you have to replace a plank, there's no guarantee that that exact flooring is still available. So it's always good to keep some on hand as replacement parts if some of your flooring goes bad or gets damaged. Spills are another thing to watch out for. Again, you want to wipe any liquids immediately with a dry microfiber cloth. Even small amounts of water can seep into the seams and into the wood grain and leave stains if it's not sealed.
Yeah, that's for sure. Now, prevention is going to go a long way here. So using area rugs in high traffic areas and felt pads on furniture along with some sliders, and you might even consider, say, a rug or a mat near entryways to catch that dirt and grit before it even gets to the floor.
And just like with laminate, a little grit can act like sandpaper and scratch the finish. So sweeping or vacuuming on a regular basis is your best defense.
For sure. Now here's something else to note, right? With vinyl and laminate, you never want to use waxes or polishes because they can damage the surface. But with hardwood, it's the opposite. Polishes and waxes are kind of part of the maintenance routine. That's why knowing your floor type matters so much.
So to sum it up, hardwood floors need regular sweeping or vacuuming, a damp mop with wood-safe cleaners, immediate attention to spills, and occasional polishing or refinishing. Take care of them and they can last a lifetime.
And remember, once again, follow those manufacturer care recommendations. Every species of wood, like I said earlier, and every finish type, whether it's water or oil polyurethane or wax, can have different cleaning requirements.
So with that, we'll wrap up today's workshop.
Would you say that we've covered it?
I think I was floored by the
Absolutely
content that we
floored.
shared today.
Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, to learn more or watch additional how-to videos, visit homedepot.com/workshops. And if you have any questions about this or any do-it-yourself project, you can always email us anytime at workshopslive@homedepot.com.
So on behalf of myself, Ron, and the entire How To Workshops team, thanks for joining us today for this workshop, and of course, thank you for shopping at the Home Depot.